What is up, everybody? I am your current longest defending WWE pay-per-view champion. I am the hot commodity, the one you all came to see. I am the one and only Aunt C, and I am joined by my good friend, co-host, and competition all the time. It's okay though. WrestleMania is around the corner. You got a lot to say prior, but as always, I'm still the champ. But that's okay. Introduce yourself, sir.
My name is Christian. I'm here, co-host on Sense of Wrestling Podcast. Thought I had a real shot at winning this one. Um, you know, last two pay-per-views, we been total around 5 matches. So I'm hoping with WrestleMania, especially being a two-night event, um, with way more matches to be announced, I'm hoping, um, you know, that that it'll come my way.
I mean, you had an opportunity. We both got 30 points. I'm still champion. That's all that matters is holding this title and defending it, and I will be defending it. I will be walking into WrestleMania as your WWE pay-per-view champion. Soak it in, enjoy. I'll be by that time, I'll be champion for 5 months, right? Because I won in November. So, right, December, January, February, March, 5 months. That's me, or four. I don't know. I'm bad at math. 5 or 4. One of them doesn't matter. I'm the longest reigning champ, and I love it. I can't, dude. I gotta tell you, that was one thing. I was like, if I don't walk into WrestleMania as champion, I'm gonna be
I can't
so
believe
mad.
I'm not.
Dude, I was like, I can't. After all the shit talking I did, I was like, if I don't walk into WrestleMania, I was getting nervous, Christian. I was getting real nervous. It's
Me
fun.
too.
It's okay.
We like
Um,
tied,
we
basically.
did. We did tie. It
We
was the
tie. We literally tied.
yep.
So winner, yeah, that's bullshit. That's
Mm.
fucking. I'm getting my revenge.
Man, we'll see. WrestleMania 39, where it's at, bitch. So we are the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast, and we like to thank you for checking us out in all seriousness. After our break, I'm gonna go over where you can hear us and listen to us, but I want to thank you for checking in with us. We are covering WWE Elimination Chamber 2023. WWE was live in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Montreal, Quebec, the French Canadians. I love French Canadians. Maurice, all those greats. Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn's a French Canadian, right? Or
Yes,
isn't? Yeah, okay.
he's like
So he is.
Syrian.
He's Syrian as well, but he was born in
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Montreal, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, well, to kick off the Elimination Chamber, why not have an Elimination Chamber match? And we start off with the women's match. We have Carmella taking on Raquel Rodriguez, Nikki Cross, Asuka, and the two ladies to start off the match, Natalya and Liv Morgan. Going into this match, you thought Raquel was going to win. I thought Asuka was going to win.
Yeah, it took two people to fucking eliminate her. Let's talk about that.
Guess what? Guess what? Justice, poetic justice. Who made Raquel tap out? Who is part of that? Who is part
Asuka.
of that? Yeah, and who won?
Asuka.
And who was my pick?
Asuka.
Poetic justice. Okay, so need I say more? I need to be the biggest heel in the world, man. I'm going into WrestleMania. My promos. Have you seen fucking Raw? I mean, I gotta beat fucking Cody Rhodes. Anyways, so the match starts with Liv Morgan and Natalya in the ring. Natalya sends Liv head first into the turnbuckle pad 3 times. Natalya then chokes Liv Morgan through the cell. Raquel joins the match and nails a big splash to both women in the corner. Nikki crosses out next, and she catapults Liv Morgan into the pod. Nikki then climbs to the top of Carmella's pod and nails a flying crossbody onto everyone outside of the chamber. Carmella comes out next. However, she decides to hide in her pod as Nikki Cross goes after her, and Carmella locks herself inside the pod. But your girl Raquel is not playing, and she ends up driving Nikki through Carmella's pod, and then Raquel pins Nikki Cross, and Nikki is the first woman eliminated from the match. Liv hits a code breaker, and she scales a chamber onto Asuka's pod. Raquel power bombs Natalia, and Liv jumps off the pod with a sunset flip to Raquel Rodriguez. Carmella pins Raquel and gets a 2 count. Asuka is out next, and Asuka basically attacks everyone and chokes Carmella against the chamber. Liv nails a missile dropkick to Asuka and a code breaker to Natalia. Natalia applies a sharpshooter to Liv. However, Liv crawls and Asuka applies an arm lock along with a sharpshooter. Liv has to give up, so Liv Morgan is the next woman eliminated. Next, Natalia applies a sharpshooter to Asuka. However, Carmella super kicks Natalia, and Natalia is gone. Asuka nails a kick to Carmella, and I'm sorry, Asuka then nails a code breaker, and Carmella hits a super kick to Raquel, and Raquel. Oh, sorry, they didn't make Raquel tap out. Raquel got pinned. I'm like all twisted. Raquel got pinned in this match.
Raquel, yeah, she got double teamed. She got pinned.
I thought she tapped out. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, no, no. I think you
could
meant
be wrong.
Asuka won via tap out, like the whole
No, no,
thing.
no, no, no. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
no, 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 no. Yeah, she didn't tap out, make Raquel. It was double elimination. It was bullshit.
They both pinned her. So then
Yeah.
Carmella super kicks Asuka and gets a 2. Carmella rolls up Asuka, but Asuka applies an armbar and Carmella taps out. The Empress Asuka is going to take on the EST at WrestleMania 39 in the City of Angels. I'm excited to see this match. Asuka and Bianca haven't really gone at it one-on-one, and I do think that is a WrestleMania worthy match. What are your thoughts on the match and Asuka winning? I mean, I know that you wanted Raquel to win, but it was a decent match.
No, I thought Raquel was gonna be a shocking surprise, but Asuka winning is what I thought, like, knew was gonna happen. And so happy they kept her. They didn't fuck her momentum. Doesn't make sense to have her doing all this for her to lose the chamber. So
Yep.
good for her. Um, I talked a lot about Carmella. But
Mella is money.
she didn't look too bad coming back. For her first big match. Since she's been gone. Natalia, she had a moment to shine in her country.
Dude, the
So
fucking crowd popped for
I
her.
know, I know. Natalia, she had. There's a lot of Canadians in tonight's pay-per-view. Um, but yeah, she was in her home country, so she had a moment to shine. Um, Raquel, I'm sorry she got stupid. Sorry she got eliminated the way she did. Liv Morgan, she all that sunset flip off the thing was cool, but other than that, she didn't impress me too much. So Oscar winning is the right thing here. The, I don't know. I don't know if there's gonna be a title change at WrestleMania. If Bianca wins, she'll hold the title for more than a year, which I think could happen. But this is the match I was kind of hoping to get because this is a banger. It's a banger. It should be a banger.
Yeah.
Could be
I
better than the
think
SmackDown Women's Championship, if I'm being quite
Oh,
honest.
100%. And I do think that Asuka could be the one to beat Bianca.
Yeah, me too. Anything, yeah, me too. It's gonna be a banger for sure.
Definitely. Well, speaking about a banger, Brock Lesnar is going to challenge Bobby Lashley up next. You went with Bobby Lashley to win this one. I went with Brock Lesnar. Here are some notes. Brock nails a big belly to belly and knees in the corner. Lashley spears Brock quick and gets a 2 count. Lashley with a second spear, but Brock counters the hurt lock into an F5 and gets a 2. Brock nails a second F5 and gets a 2 as well. Lashley is not staying down. Lashley nails a third spear and applies the hurt lock. However, Brock kicks Bobby Lashley low after the match, so Bobby wins by DQ. After Brock Lesnar hits the referee with an F5 and an F5 to Bobby Lashley, he then hits an F5 on Bobby Lashley through the announce table, and then Lesnar lays out the referee again with another F5. So Lashley won the match. Brock wins the war. Kudos to you getting the win on this one here by DQ. What do you think about this? I mean, we are taping this the Tuesday, so we know what happens on Raw, but do you think this is the proper ending to this rivalry to have
Fuck
Bobby win by
no.
DQ?
I know, and we go back and look at the predictions. I literally said this was gonna happen. It was gonna end stupid,
Mm-hmm.
and they need to set up a match at WrestleMania. Um, this was another, you know, match where Lesnar just absolutely beats the shit out of everybody. Um, he gave referees F5. Um, I hope they do a no holds barred type of match at WrestleMania with these two. But like you said, Bray Wyatt is now in the picture, so I don't know what's gonna happen here. You know, crowd loves Lesnar, so
And it was a good
not
match. I
too
mean,
much to say really. It
well,
was
I
a
don't
good
know
match,
about.
but
Go ahead.
I couldn't watch this match knowing that I knew what was gonna happen.
I got you. You were upset. It's predictable. Here's the
Like
thing,
I didn't
though.
I didn't predict like I this is the first time in a long time where to me, although the Elimination Chamber is always predictable because it is the last pay-per-view before WrestleMania, like Roman's not gonna lose, like but like Austin Theory could have fucking lost. Like Oscar could have fucking lost. Like those were predictable unpredictable matches that I thought were good. Yeah. So
I do think that with these guys, what I like about Lashley and Lesnar is they don't make their matches too long. Because sometimes the two big guys, it gets boring, and they just
yeah.
go out there, they fight, they kill it, and then that's it. I don't think it should be the end of it, but we'll talk about Raw when we cover Raw. There's a challenge for Brock Lesnar. It's not from Lashley. Right. Let's cover our next moment of the night. We get our first WrestleMania trailer promo, and I loved it. We saw Seth Rollins as the Joker, Becky Lynch as the Man Batman. I was enthralled. I was super excited by this because I remember being a kid and seeing Stone Cold as a gladiator, them, mimicking different movies and stuff. I'm excited to see the other trailers that they do. What are your thoughts on this? Because I mean, this is probably the first time live seeing them recreate a movie trailer. I mean, I know you were around back in '05, but I mean, what do you think about this?
I'm
Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch doing
I'm
Joker
a,
and Batman?
well first off, I'm a huge I was talking about this with my lady friend the other night when we were watching Batman. Um
Hi, lady friend. I hope you're watching.
I love the Joker. I
Me too.
love him.
The
I
new, like just the character or the movie with Joaquin Phoenix?
I love the character, but Joaquin Phoenix isn't even my favorite Joker. Heath Ledger is my favorite Joker.
Oh yeah, the joke. Yeah, the Joker. You always need a good villain if you want a good hero.
Exactly. And Heath Ledger played it perfectly. But I just love the character. I love everything about the Joker. So this was dope to see. Seth fucking Rollins playing it is better. Becky's an actor now. We see her on Young Rock. We know she did that one episode, but she did another one actually.
Yep, 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 yep.
They brought her back, so she's trying to become an actor, and she's pretty good at it. So it was pretty cool to see. And they're a
And
couple, so
I liked how like it matched Seth Rollins to a T. Seth just normally walks out, does his weird smile,
yeah.
laugh, and like does a dance, and like that's what Joaquin Phoenix's Joker did. Um, yeah, I'm a big Batman's my favorite hero, and like obviously the Joker is the bomb. I
Yeah,
like villains.
They're in Hollywood, so
Yeah,
they haven't been in
they're
Hollywood
taking
since Guerrero
it.
and Mysterio.
Yep, yeah.
So
Welcome to the future, dude. I remember that. That was such a big WrestleMania. I have big hopes for this year. Speaking of big hopes, we're gonna talk about this match before we go to our first break of the night. Our next match is a mixed tag match. Finn Balor and Rhea Ripley with Dominic Mysterio taking on the Grit couple, Hall of Famers Edge and the Glamazon Beth Phoenix. Let's go over some notes here. Beth has Bo Nakano face paint on. Bo Nakano actually made a comment on Twitter and said that she thinks Beth did a great job and she's honored that people still remember her. Edge nails a big boot. Beth and Rhea Ripley clothesline each other back and forth. Beth chops Rhea Ripley outside and tosses Rhea into the steps. Beth climbs to the top, but Dominic trips Beth Phoenix on the top rope. Edge chases Dominic to the back. Rhea then punches Beth Phoenix's back, and Beth knocks Finn off the apron. Beth nails a DDT to Rhea, but Balor goes under the ring and pulls Edge off the apron as Beth goes for the tag. Rhea runs Beth into the ring post. However, Beth is able to superplex Rhea Ripley off the top rope. Rhea headbutts Beth. Dominic gives Rhea Ripley brass knuckles. Rhea hits Edge, but Beth Phoenix breaks up the pin. Beth throws Dominic into the ropes, hurting Finn Balor, and then Rhea nails a Russian leg sweep into the railing on Beth. Beth powerbombs Finn Balor and Rhea Ripley powerbombs Edge. That was a cool moment where they powerbombed each other's partner. Beth and Rhea with the double clothesline, knocking them both out. Rhea slams Beth Phoenix onto the ring steps, and then Beth nails a glam slam outside of the ring. Edge nails an execution to Finn, and then Edge dives onto Dominic outside. Edge hits a spear, and Edge and Beth nail a shatter machine to Finn Balor, and Edge and Beth Phoenix get the win. I should never bet against Edge, man. I always do it, and I always come up short when
Me
I bet
too. I
against
should have
him.
fucking. I know. I should have
Oh
bet
man.
against. I should have picked Edge.
But it was cool to see Edge and Beth Phoenix do the shatter machine, which is FTR's finisher. We know that they are good friends to Edge, FTR, so it was good to see that. But we both are wrong. We both thought Rhea and Balor was going to win. So I guess, what do you think of the storyline now? That I mean,
What's next?
yeah, I mean, that's
I
good.
don't
But what do you
know.
think of the match?
It was a good match. I thought Rhea was gonna get the win, you know, because she's getting the title shot at Mania, but good match. You know, long time coming. I still want to see a singles match between Balor and Edge, so hopefully we get that at WrestleMania. Beth Phoenix she looks good, even though she doesn't really wrestle much. You know, her
The
and Ripley
glamour's
work.
on.
Yeah, her and Ripley work together or work good together. Obviously Edge and Finn do. So I thought it was a good match. Beth and Edge especially got a big pop, obviously him being from Canada. So good match. Happy it wasn't too long. So yeah, good
Yeah, I'm
match.
excited to see. They have to do some kind of final match between Edge and Finn Balor at Mania, and it has to be some kind of special attraction. It can't just be a regular singles one-on-one match, because it wouldn't make sense. But with all their history, I'm gonna move on. Go ahead, Christian.
No,
Like
that was it.
you said a big sigh. I feel you. I feel the same way about this fucking match. Well, we can come right back after our first break, and we are going to cover the United States Championship Elimination Chamber match and our huge main event, the undisputed champion Roman Reigns defending against the hometown hero, Sami Zayn. Can Sami Zayn overcome the king of WWE right now? Stay tuned and find out. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. Welcome back, and what is up? We are still the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast. I'm still your longest reigning WWE pay-per-view champion, Ant C. That is still my good friend. Introduce yourself, sir.
Your future of new coming up at WrestleMania. Pay-per-view champion of the world, Christian here.
Wow.
Talking about continuing to talk about the Elimination Chamber. Pretty good chamber. You know, just I'm not gonna get too much right now, but this is one of the better chambers they've had in recent years,
I agree.
leading up to WrestleMania. So, and this next match here was booked very well.
It was awesome. Well, we're going to talk about that match, but first I want to thank you guys and gals for listening to the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast, your go-to page for everything uncensored in the professional wrestling world. Do that 10 times fast. We cover all things pro wrestling, including WWE, AEW, and a lot more. My man Christian will be coming back to life.
Yeah, man,
Dynamite.
there's just been a lot going on in WWE recently, and not too much going on in AEW recently. But Revolution's coming up, and in 2
We're
weeks.
definitely doing a Dynamite recap this week. I'm watching Dynamite. I'm excited to see what's going on down there, but we've been covering WWE.
Yeah, there's been a lot going on in WWE. It's been on the road to WrestleMania right now, so WWE's just been a little more important right now. But you know, Revolution's coming up in 2 weeks, so we're gonna get back at it with AEW, and hopefully, you know, it's not as popping right now, but hopefully they do a little bit better with the booking road to Revolution. But for now, we're
I
on
know.
WrestleMania, which to me is I'm more excited for.
Yeah, there's only like 4 matches for Revolution, and there's like 2 weeks to go.
Yeah, until they announce like 7 on fucking Rampage the night before the match.
Yep. So I want to thank you guys for listening to us no matter where you're checking us out. You can listen to us on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and wherever you get your podcasts, or you can get to see our beautiful faces, see your WWE pay-per-view champion in person, live in living color, uncensored, the way it's supposed to be on YouTube. Just search the Uncensored Wrestling Podcast and subscribe, hit the like button and the notification bell. And then you can get notified when new episodes drop. We have the Broken Skull Sessions episode with The Godfather dropping pretty soon. We just had the special with Chris Jericho. That's in the archives. We have our predictions of Elimination Chamber that was just dropped. And coming up, we have our Monday Night Raw recap, Dynamite, SmackDown. We are on the road to WrestleMania and Revolution. I'm excited. You don't want to miss it. So make sure you subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell on YouTube. Thank you guys for tuning in and staying uncensored with us. So we're now going to talk about the WWE United States Championship in the Elimination Chamber match itself. The opponent, the competitors, I was going to say the opponents are WWE United States Champion Austin Theory, the Forever Champion, defending against Montez Ford, Bronson Reed, Damian Priest, and the two men to start off the match, Johnny Gargano and Seth Rollins. I was excited to see Seth and Johnny start off the match. Here are some notes to let you guys know what happened. So Johnny nails a spear through the ropes onto Seth to the outside. Theory is next, and basically, Johnny and Seth attack Theory until Theory decides to lock himself inside a chamber pod. However, the pod isn't locked, and Gargano and Seth are able to lock themselves in with Theory, and they attack him. Damian Priest is out next, and Damian Priest breaks up the fun. He nails a broken arrow to Gargano and a faceplant and flatliner and gets a 2 count. Priest then nails an impressive springboard spinning leg drop to Theory. Bronson Reed is out next. Reed nails a double Samoan drop to Rollins and Johnny Gargano. Reed then nails a German to Damian Priest into the pod chamber. Reed then splashes Priest into the pod. Montez Ford is out next, and Montez Ford, man, he killed it in this match. Reed has Johnny Gargano on his arms, and Rollins nails a springboard clothesline. While that goes on, Gargano nails a poison run at the same time to Reed. It was an impressive mood, and they still got a 2 count. Ford climbs the chamber all the way to the top, and he drops himself off of the roof onto everybody. Ford, Gargano, and Rollins nail a triple super kick to Bronson Reed. Gargano with the final beat. Rollins nails a stomp, and Ford hits a frog splash. Goodbye, Bronson Reed. He is gone. Rollins climbs the chamber, and Theory does as well, as does Johnny Gargano. Gargano and Rollins end up pushing Theory off, and then the two dads sit on the chamber and chill for a moment because, what else are you going to do? However, the fun ends when Gargano Hurricane Rana Seth off the top of the chamber onto everybody else outside. Gargano has a DDT to Theory outside of the ring, and then Damian Priest hits a razor's edge to Gargano. Gargano is gone. Rollins holds Damian Priest up as Montez Ford nails a blockbuster off of the pod, which is a Street Profits finishing move, and Priest is now gone. Then Montez Ford goes for an enziguri and dive onto Theory and Rollins. However, he ends up landing into the pod, into a big boot. And then Seth Rollins stops Montez Ford outside and pins him. AMTs have to come out and help Montez Ford. He is selling this injury. And while the Elimination Chamber door is open, Logan Paul runs in and he nails the buckshot lariat to Seth Rollins, and then a stomp, and then Austin Theory nails the A-Town down. And with the help of Logan Paul, Austin Theory has defeated Seth Rollins and is still your United States champion. We both thought Theory was going to win this one. What's your take on the match?
I thought the match was, like I said earlier, booked very, very well. I'm just looking at something real quick about the match. I'm noticing when Gargano does that little Hurricane Rana, or like when he does that little Hurricane Rana off Seth Rollins, holy shit, that could have went terribly wrong.
Yeah.
I'm looking at like a fan's perspective on it right now. Yeah. But the match was good. The booked very, very well. Um, Gargano, happy he got, some spots in the match, what he did. Uh, Logan Paul attacking Logan Paul attacking Seth Rollins was genius. I did not expect it. I thought maybe they were gonna do something like on Monday Night Raw or something, so I didn't expect him to cause really cause Seth Rollins the United States Championship. Um, you know, the this is a match where, like I said before, they haven't done too good of a job with, especially on the men's side. So I don't know. I was hoping Damian Priest was gonna win, but he didn't. So um, the fans were really into this match. Bronson Reed looked very, very well. Um, I'm not too much of a fan of him. He doesn't really catch my eye, but he did well. And the sad thing is, Austin Theory didn't do shit. He didn't do much, but he capitalized. He's a heel, so that's what heels do, to cheat and win. Um, so we'll see what's next for Austin Theory. They announced that Cena's gonna be on Raw, so on March 6th. So
Mhm. Oh, dude, we're definitely getting Austin Theory and Cena at Mania. We're definitely gonna get that.
I just don't know why it has to be for the United States Championship.
I know, and that was one of the things I was thinking that maybe they weren't gonna do that, but I that's how just how WWE is. The stakes are higher, and it's just like, you don't need to have a
Not
title
really.
match. I don't think you need a title match to have the stakes being high with John Cena in theory.
John Cena and The Rock didn't have a title match in arguably one of the best main events WrestleMania history.
100%. And we now know we're probably going to get Logan Paul and Seth Rollins, and I'm sure they're going to have a banger of a match that I'm excited about. But all in all, I think that this was one of the better Elimination Chambers that we've seen, like match wise, in a long time. And it supposedly was produced by Jamie Noble and Abyss. So there you go. Great going, guys. Great match. We find out WrestleMania at the point of this Elimination Chamber was 42 days away. And at this point, I think we're like 39 days away. So that's exciting. We got a lot. WrestleMania season, baby. We're at our main event. The undisputed championship, the undisputed champion Roman Reigns with Paul Heyman defending against the hometown hero Sami Zayn. Before the match, we see Sami Zayn's wife at ringside and his family. I think his dad is there. And we get to see them. Here's some quick notes from the match. Sami tosses Roman over the top rope and dives onto him outside. Sami jumps off the top and Roman nails an uppercut. Roman talks to Sami's wife outside and tells her, "I wanted you to be in my family. I wanted to help you." Roman clotheslines Sami in the corner. Roman tosses Sami outside near his wife, and the wife says, "He loved you." And he ends up hitting Sami. He, being Roman, ends up hitting Sami near his father. Sami slams Roman into the railing and he kisses his wife, which is great to see. Sami nails a sunset flip powerbomb off the top rope and gets a 2. Roman nails a Uranagi. Sami nails an exploder suplex into the post. However, Roman is able to nail a Superman punch. Sami nails a Superman punch of his own and a Haruva kick, and that gets a 2. Sami sends Roman into the railing, and Sami nails a Blue Thunder bomb, another 2 count. The referee gets knocked out, and Jimmy Uso comes out and super kicks Sami Zayn twice, nails a flying splash, and then places Roman on top of Sami. Still, Sami kicks out. He gets a 2 count there. Roman nails a spear and gets a 2. Sami slaps Roman. Roman accidentally Superman punches a ref. Both men punch each other. Paul Heyman then gives Roman a chair. Jey Uso comes out and he stands between Roman and Sami. Roman tells Jey it's either me or him, and he gives Jey the steel chair and tells Jey to do it. Jey has a chair, but before Jey can do anything, Roman grabs it back from Jey, pushes him. Sami accidentally spears Jey Uso. Roman then nails Sami many times with chair shots, and then Roman hits a spear and gets a 3 count victory over Sami Zayn. After the match, Jimmy Uso and Roman attack Sami. Kevin Zayn comes out and attacks Jimmy. Kevin nails Roman with a stunner and nails a pop-up powerbomb to Jimmy Uso through the announce table. Paul Heyman then nails KO from behind, so KO nails Paul Heyman with a stunner. And then Kevin moves out of the way so Sammy can hit Roman with the haluva kick. Kevin leaves and he looks on and looks at the WrestleMania sign as Sammy is in the ring. He didn't win the match, but Sammy is the last man standing here. Talk about all the chaos of this match. What are your thoughts? We both knew that Roman was going to win, but what were your thoughts on the match?
Okay. So it was an outstanding match.
Mm-hmm.
Again, they're doing this amazing story. Um, I really thought Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn were gonna do some type of hug, some type of something. I thought the Montreal crowd would have went fucking insane.
Yeah.
Um, you know, Sami Zayn hitting his like finisher, I thought man, it kind of dropped my heart a little bit. I thought maybe Sami Zayn was gonna win it, but man, this was a great match. He lost the obviously biggest match of his career. He lost it, home crowd, in front of his family. I just don't understand why the Usos were there. I thought they weren't supposed to be there. Um, so that's a little interesting. Um, the result didn't surprise any of us. I I don't know. You, you can't say too much about this because as of right now, this was just the ending of the story between Roman and Sammy, which we all knew was gonna happen. But they did put on a hell of a fucking match. Um, I don't have a problem with Roman Reigns going into WrestleMania to defend his title against Cody Rhodes. Um, excuse me. I think you know it sucks that they announced that that's the official match at
Mm-hmm.
WrestleMania because we still have the Elimination Chamber. So that's why when it comes to the Elimination Chamber, it's just very predictable, and especially with this one right here, that was the only negative about it. I just want to know what's next for Jey Uso here.
That's what I'm wondering. I was just about to say that. Like, out of everybody, Jay is the one I'm the most curious about because there's really
I thought
no,
Jey Uso was gonna cost uh Sami Zayn,
yeah.
but
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, we saw a lot. I think storytelling wise, this is a great match. The wife was the MVP fucking P, man. She can't tell you, man, she was acting. She was giving it her all,
I
man.
know.
She was doing the crying. She was doing everything. She was killing it. She was killing it. So props to Sami Zayn's wife, and dad. I mean, the dad wasn't really as into it as the wife was. Like she was so ooh, she was in it. So I really like that. But I'm just excited to see what is next for Kevin and Sammy. We now know officially it will be Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 39. We know it will be Rhea Ripley taking on the SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte Flair. We know that the Raw Women's Champion Bianca Belair will be defending against the winner of the Women's Elimination Chamber match, Asuka. So we do get some things from this pay-per-view. All in all, I think this is a good pay-per-view. I'm glad I retained my title. Um, Better than last year's Elimination Chamber. I will say that Lita versus Becky Lynch was a great match from last year, though. I still will go back and watch that one. But a great Chamber pay-per-view. I give it a 7 out of 10. Wasn't, fantastic, but some of the matches did blow me away. For me, the matches of the nights were the men's Elimination Chamber and the main event. Gonna swing it on over to you, sir. Final thoughts.
That crowd was fucking terrific.
Oh yeah.
That crowd was
Fuck you,
amazing. Shout
Roman.
out to them.
Yeah.
It made this show way more entertaining from, me some like us watching it at home.
Yeah, dude, I said the fucking Connecticut crowd sucked when we were in Uncasville. I was like,
Yeah, the
damn.
Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania
Oh,
crowd sucked when I went
but
to
go
holy
ahead.
shit. I was the only one screaming. But yeah, I both big matches were great. Um the men's matches had a little bit, iffy movements there, moves that kind of went wrong, but um it's all right. It happens. Um I thought the moment of the night was definitely Gargano and Rollins sitting
Mm,
up on the top of the cage.
cool.
We haven't seen too. It'd be a bad if those two had a real one-on-one match in a big crowd. I think those guys could really put on a fucking match. So good for them. Good to see, you know, the Phoenix, Beth Phoenix and Edge.
Mm,
Um, we haven't seen too much of Edge since he's been back. And we haven't seen him a lot really because he only came back at the Rumble. So, this was the best Elimination Chamber they've had in about 2 to 3 years. Um, very predictable at the end of the day, but still gave us something to watch. Still very entertaining. Um, we're officially on the road to WrestleMania.
dude, I'm excited, man. Yeah, you just said officially, man. We got 39 days until WrestleMania. That's I don't know how many weeks, but a couple of weeks. And I'm just, dude, I'm excited. We got a lot of good matches. We got still a bunch of matches that are in our mind. We don't know yet, but Elimination Chamber, WWE, you delivered, and we're just excited for what's next. So, with that, we are going to end this episode. Thank you again for tuning in, everybody. We will be back soon with our Monday Night Raw recap. Dynamite, SmackDown, Revolution will be coming up. And then I'm sure I think NXT Stand Deliver is soon. I don't know. I have to catch up on NXT. I haven't really dug my teeth into that one too much. But with that, thank you everyone for tuning in. Oh, hello. This happens every single time I put the stove on. Thank you everybody for tuning in, and stay safe. And with that alarm, stay uncensored. Goodbye, everybody. Peace.